Now imagine carrying a box of beer into the house and a bottle explodes. That's what this man says happened to him. And exploding beer bottles are rare, but it does happen. So what's going on?
We are purposely breaking all these beer bottles, dropping them, heating them, and overpressurizing them. These are all demonstrations under the supervision of our safety expert. But have you ever heard of a bottle breaking spontaneously on its own? It's extremely rare, but there have been reports of bottles suddenly exploding, causing injuries around the country.
There was blood everywhere, and it just kept rolling down my leg. That's what scared me.
Jay Curtis says his leg was severely lacerated by a Corona bottle that suddenly exploded in this box while he was carrying a case of beer into his house.
And all of a sudden, right about here, boom, a big, loud bang.
13 stitches.
Ow.
These guys say it happened to them. They spoke to our Latchman.
It didn't just break, it exploded.
Like a grenade.
Like a grenade.
Yeah.
Gonzalo Luis Morales and Latchman Ramnanan say they were partially blinded when Corona bottles suddenly exploded in their faces. Look at those stitches on their eyes. They say our bright lights were so painful on their eyes, they had to wear sunglasses.
I never knew something like this would happen.
He says he was placing a Corona into a cooler at a barbecue when it suddenly burst. And Luis Morales, seen here in this video, was working as a bartender, loading Corona bottles into a bucket when he says one exploded.
Everybody knows that bottles of beer break, but they're not supposed to explode.
Attorney John Danzy is suing Corona on the bartender's behalf.
We want them to make safer beers.
And we found it's not just Corona bottles. Watch as a bottle of alcoholic cider suddenly bursts on an employee at a liquor store. And this bottle of beer explodes while just sitting on a shelf.
Why are some bottles suddenly bursting on their own?
It takes something like a perfect storm for a spontaneous break to occur.
Chicago glass safety expert Mark Meshulam says in the rare instance where bottles may spontaneously explode, it's likely because of a weakness in the glass combined with too much pressure. To demonstrate what it can look like when too much pressure builds up, he deliberately overpressurized a bottle. He says manufacturers need to do further testing on their bottles to get to the bottom of why this can sometimes happen.
It's not exactly an epidemic. It's something to be concerned about. It's something to research and find out what went wrong.
The makers of Corona told us it doesn't comment on pending litigation, but say they take claims related to consumer safety very seriously and are investigating the potential causes of the alleged incidents. They also say they inspect every bottle as part of their production process and that their bottles are designed and tested to maintain their integrity.